Hello and good evening, Keluarga Malaysia. I'm Brendan Paul and you're watching News at 10, making the headlines tonight. Manhunt operation on escaped Rohingya detainee ongoing. And 258 kilograms of shabu and ganja seized in 5 raids. And thanks for your company. Now, the Kedah police have launched operations dubbed Opkesan to track down the remaining 171 Rohingya detainees who are still on the loose after escaping from the Sungai immigration detention depot near Bandar Baharu at about 4:30 a.m. today. Kedah Police Chief Commissioner Wan Hassan Wan Ahmad said the 171 detainees comprised 131 men, 28 women and 12 boys.
Kes ini kita juga klasify, kita siasat. Kes ini di bawah Seksyen 223 Palan 224 KK dan juga Palan 147 KK ataupun kanun kesesaan. Siasatan terperinci dan pihak IPK Kedah juga telah menubuhkan tim siasatan khusus untuk mengendalikan pasal kelarian atau merusuh dan kelarian ini. 13 pegawai dan anggota yang terlibat yang kita akan mengambil semua statement-statement untuk mengenal pasti apakah punca kejadian dan juga permasalahan yang sewajarnya dan kenapa, dan juga siasatan bersabit dengan lari daripada tahanan ini.
Apart from the Kedah Police, Commissioner Wan Hassan said the operation would also involve the Pulau Pinang and Perak Police Forces, as well as the Immigration Department, General Operations Force and the Police K9 units. A total of 528 detainees escaped from the depot today, 357 of who were recaptured and accounted for, including 6 who were killed after being hit by cars while crossing the North-South Expressway at kilometre 168 southbound near Jawi. On another note, Commissioner Wan Hassan said police have also warned the public against protecting the detainees, as it would be a violation of the law.
Itulah nasihat daripada orang ramai. Saya nak bahawa sekiranya kita juga ada pihak trafik highway juga ada membuat rondaan dan sebagainya, kita juga menutup jalan-jalan keluar dan kita dapati kemungkinan ada yang menahan kereta penumpang yang ada yang balance lagi 176 orang ini. Dipercayai ada juga yang mungkin menumpang kereta dan sebagainya. Saya minta kerjasama daripada masyarakat supaya bila kena pasti ini minta maklum pada pihak polis untuk buat tangkapan semula lah. Mungkin mereka dalam kelarian ini mungkin ini takut ada jenayah-jenayah lain yang mereka lakukan. Itu kita risau. Kita minta orang ramai supaya nampak aja kelibat yang ni minta maklum terus kepada pihak polis yang berdekatan. Dan kita ada bagi dah bagi dah keluar dia punya ni supaya orang ramai alert lah benda ni, supaya mereka juga boleh membuat sama ada melalui tangkapan citizen dan segera pada pihak kita pun boleh laksanakan.
No instruments were detected to have been used in the breakout incident from the Sungai immigration detention depot. Immigration Director General Datuk Seri Khairul Zaimi Daud informed that all the foreigners had escaped by breaking down the block doors and barrier grills with their own hands through brute force. He was commenting on speculations that the escapees could have used tools and equipment to break out of the detention depot. The depot was leased since last year and has the capacity to contain up to 700 prisoners. It is closely guarded by the Immigration Department along with the People's Volunteers Corps, RELA. There were 61 immigration and 45 RELA personnel who were stationed on duty at the depot, with 15 personnel tasked to guard the prisoners in every shift rotation. Police arrested 9 suspects and seized 258 kilograms of shabu and cannabis worth 7.74 million ringgit in 5 separate raids around Kedah and Pulau Pinang on Saturday and Monday. Bukit Ramah Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department Director Datuk Ayuhan Maidin Pijay said in the first operation last Saturday at around 2 p.m, police managed to arrest 4 men in Kepala Batas, Penang and seized 212 kilograms of shabu. In the second operation at 4:20 a.m. on Monday, Datuk Ayub Han said 5 more men were arrested in the Kulim area and 46 kilograms of cannabis were seized. He also said that all the suspects aged between 31 and 52 were arrested because they are believed to be involved in smuggling and trafficking of shabu and cannabis for the local market.
Sindiket ini telah aktif sejak pertengahan tahun lepas. Dan modus operandi yang digunakan oleh sindiket ini adalah menyudup masuk bekalan dadah daripada Kelantan ke Kedah dengan menggunakan laluan jalan darat dan mengedarkan dadah tersebut di pasaran tempatan.
The Bukit Ramah Narcotics CID director added that the initial screening of all the suspects found that 7 of them tested positive for methamphetamine and 4 of the suspects had various past records involving drug and criminal cases. He said all the suspects were remanded for 5 to 7 days starting 17 and 18 April to assist in the investigation, and the case is being investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. 2 brothers were arrested after their alleged involvement with distribution of drugs. The suspect, aged 17 and 27 years old, were arrested last night at the Tok Bali area in Pasir Puteh, Kelantan. According to Pasir Puteh Police Chief Superintendent Zaizul Rizal Zakaria, they were apprehended by a team of officers and personnel from the Narcotics Criminal Investigation Department at 9:50 a.m.
Dan juga kemungkinan suspek ini masih menunggu pelanggan dia lah, kemungkinan berdasarkan tempat yang kita tangkap tu dia duduk di kawasan parking menunggu seseorang, so masih lagi dalam siasatan.
Initial inspections on the suspect's vehicle revealed drugs worth about 20,000 ringgit. This includes 11 packets of transparent plastic bags of crystal powder believed to be shabu, weighing 589 grams, as well as 3 plastic bags of yaba pills weighing 3.2 grams. Urine tests also found that the 27-year-old suspect is positive for methamphetamine and has 11 criminal records. Both suspects were remanded for 7 days starting today, and the case is being investigated under Section 39B of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952. The Kuala Lumpur Sessions Court today allowed the application of 4 lawyers appointed by Tunku Mahkota Johor, Tunku Ismail Sultan Ibrahim, to hold the watching brief in a trial of Rumah Bonda founder Siti Bainun Ahmad Razali, who is charged with neglecting and abusing a teenage girl with Down syndrome known as Bella. Judge Israelizam Zanusi made the decision after lawyer Dato Khairul Anwar Rahmat informed the court that he and 3 other lawyers had been appointed to hold the watching brief for Bella. Besides Dato Khairul, the 3 other lawyers are Dato Baljit Singh Sidhu, Dato Iqbal Salam and Muhammad Radzi Yatiman. Yesterday, Tunku Ismail made 3 proposals to the government to prevent the recurrence of abuse cases such as the one involving Bella. Bella's case went viral on social media last year when the woman claimed that the teenager was scalded by hot water and was tied while under the care of Rumah Bonda, a welfare home. Following that, Siti Bainun, 30, was charged with neglecting and abusing the 13-year-old girl, causing the victim to suffer physical and emotional injuries. She pleaded not guilty to the charges of neglect and abuse under Section 31, Subsection 1, Subsection A of the Child Act 2001, which carries a 20-year jail sentence or a 50,000 ringgit fine or both if convicted. Still to come, new Tabung Haji plan to revive businesses and investments. Stay with us. The Hijrah 24 plan that was launched today is believed to be able to revive the business and investment activities of Lembaga Tabung Haji or TH. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa Yaakob, when launching the plan, said the objective is to ensure the continuity and excellence of TH. The plan was developed in line with the values and characteristics of Keluarga Malaysia, which inculcated the values of inclusiveness, togetherness and gratitude. Hijrah 24 is TH 2022 to 2024 strategic transformation plan to drive the organization forward for the next 3 years, especially in facing future challenges. The Premier explained that the plan covers 24 strategic initiatives to achieve TH aspirations, with focus on strengthening the structure of corporate governance, operations as well as being driven by the digitalization initiative. Through Hijrah 24, TH determined their main target as an increase in funds amounting to 100 billion ringgit by the year 2024. The government will continue to place their faith in Tabung Haji and their initiatives for the betterment of Hajj pilgrims and Muslims in general. Aksata Foundation, a nation-building and community outreach initiative by Aksata Group Berhad, has pledged 115 million ringgit for the next 10 years. The fund will be channeled towards programs under its education pillar initiative in promoting equitable education and nurturing young talent, including the Aksata Young Talent Program. Aksata Foundation focuses on developing and nurturing future-ready talents and leaders under the Education Pillar initiative, as well as addressing community needs, especially for underdeserved and vulnerable groups, through its community investment pillars. Its CEO, Kamal Nawawi, said its Education Pillar program has even expanded into an area known as the Aksata Digital Leadership Program, ADLP, which aims to reach out to university students while also working with third parties to look at programs in schools. Kamal also noted that the foundation has added another area, which is Equity in Education Fund Aksata, which will be launched hopefully in the next quarter, to reach the target of having about 40 students per year accepted into local universities, including those from the B40 families. The Malaysia Pavilion won the Gold Award in conjunction with the Expo 2020 Dubai Pavilion Awards for the theme Interpretation category. The achievement reflects Malaysia's success in delivering on its commitment to sustainability by maintaining biodiversity internationally. Congratulating the Malaysia Pavilion in a post on his official Facebook page today, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said the award was also an international testimony of the programs at the Malaysia Pavilion in line with the pavilion's rainforest canopy themed concept and design. True to the theme, the exhibition included adopting various natural concepts like waterfalls, vertical gardens and other natural elements. Bearing the theme of energizing sustainability, the Malaysia Pavilion tells how socio-economic progress can happen without sacrificing the environment, with the people building towards a sustainable future. And in other news, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin once again called for the bill on youth smoking ban to be passed when it is tabled in Dewan Rakyat this July. In a tweet on his official Twitter today, Khairi said the new law would be a, quote, generational endgame to overcome the issue of smoking among youths in the country. He explained that through the new law, those born after 2005 will not be able to buy smoking products ever. His posting came with a retweet of a post by a local news organization regarding the smoking ban bill, which reported a survey conducted by a non-governmental organization for tobacco control. The survey showed the policy was supported by 95% of the young respondents aged 24 and below and 89% of conventional smokers, as well as electronic cigarette consumers or vapors. Khairi said enforcement will likely be an issue and the government will work hard on this. However, he insisted on carrying on with the effort to shut the door for smoking once and for all for the youth. On 17 February, Khairi announced the introduction of the law, aimed at reducing the exposure of future generations to cigarettes and smoking products, as their consumption is a major factor in cancer incidence and accounts for 22% of cancer deaths. And ahead of their third group match in the Asian Champions League tomorrow, Johor Darul Ta'zim JDT will be re-evaluating the fitness of their import players, namely Leandro Velasquez, Fernando Forestieri, as well as Berkson da Silva. According to head coach Benjamin Mora, the re-evaluation is needed after the players gave such fierce performances against Ulsan Hyundai on Monday. Mora also revealed that goalkeeper Haziq Nazli will miss the next game after injuring his shoulder when meeting the South Korean club.
Hopefully come back as soon as possible. He's a young boy, he recovers fast, he has a good mindset, so he's going to be back soon. And then I don't really know who is going to play, if Farizal or Izam.
So yeah, we expect a really tough game. But I think we've shown the way we've come out, the way we've played, the way we've pressed. We want to stay true to the ethos and the style of JDT.
Meanwhile, Kawasaki Frontale head coach Toru Oniki said his squad will be playing their best against the undefeated Southern Tigers. JDT now sit at the top of Group I with 2 wins, while Kawasaki Frontale have 4 points after a win and a draw. And also, the national under-23 football team head coach Brett Maloney believes his charges will report for SEA Games centralised training before the 1st of May, as assured by the clubs earlier. After only 5 of the 31 players called up for the centralised training camp turned up yesterday, Maloney repeated his stance that more footballers will join in phases in the coming days, ahead of the friendly fixtures against the Timor-Leste under-23 team on 29 April and the Philippines under-23 sides on 1st May.
We're aware that players will be reporting in stages, so at the moment we've just got a handful to start with, but we're continuing discussions with the clubs and with the players and technical directors to ensure that the other players do report in due course.
Speaking at the Malaysian SEA Games contingent press conference at the National Sports Council today, the Australian said that though it was not ideal to start the training camp with limited number of players, he had to manage challenges arising and adapt accordingly until the Malaysian League club starts to release their players before the team departs to Hanoi on 4th May. The 5 players who reported in yesterday were Sikh Izan Nazril Sikh Azman, Muhammad Fahmi Daniel, Muhammad Zahim, Muhammad Faiz Amir Runiza, Muhammad Shafi Azwat Sapari, and Muhammad Hakimi Azim Rosli. With the exception of foreign-based strikers Lukman Hakim Shamsuddin in Belgium and Muhammad Hadi Fayed Abdul Raza in Japan, both of whom are expected to arrive in Malaysia next week, the rest are M-League players. Meanwhile, the international futsal squad men's head coach Chew Chunyong will fine-tune the team's power play in an effort to garner at least a bronze medals at the Hanoi SEA Games. Chew said this strategy was not only useful for scoring more goals, but also when teams find themselves trailing.
Okay, we're going to remain the same 20 player in the camp. Same, because I couldn't change so much because some new player they are still adapting to this national team training and also a lot of tactical, and also they try to build up their chemistry with the senior player. So you can see it's a mixture of the senior and new players, so it wouldn't have any new player coming in.
Besides the tactical aspect, Chew said he was also working on getting his players to be physically and mentally prepared. He added that the players will report for centralised training from 23rd April and they will then leave for Vietnam in May for some friendly matches with futsal clubs in the country. The national futsal squad are targeting a bronze medal at the biennial games. In Hanoi, the national men's futsal squad were drawn in 5th position for the round-robin league format with Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia and Myanmar. 4 players of the Football Association of Malaysia's FAME Rimau eSports squad, who will represent the country in the FIFA Online 4 competition at the Hanoi SEA Games, have been called up for centralised training starting 25th April. FAM, in a statement today, said that all the players will undergo 4 days of centralised training at Wisma FAM Kelana Jaya until 29th April before they leave for Hanoi, scheduled for 11 May. The players called up are Muhammad Lukman Haziq Hajiman from the GBX Esports team, while other 3 are from Orange Esports, namely Muhammad Ashraf Kamal, Gan Mun Kiat, and Wan Muhammad Hakim Wan Narizan. The FIFA Online 4 qualifiers at the biennial games will take place on 14 May, while the final on 15 May at the National Convention Centre, Vietnam, in Hanoi. Rimau aim to at least bring home the bronze medal from Hanoi. In addition to FIFA Online 4, the national esports contingent are also sending representatives to compete in Player Unknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG, mobile games, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, MLBB, Arena of Valor, Wild Rift, League of Legends, and Garena Free Fire. Malaysia brought home 1 gold through Hearthstone and 1 bronze through Team MLLB when esports was offered at the 2019 SEA Games in Manila, Philippines. Wrapping up the news at 10 and a reminder of tonight's top story. Manhunt operation on escaped Rohingya detainee ongoing. Join us for more updates at 12:30 tomorrow. Till then, it's lights out. I'm Brendan Lepal. Stay tuned to Saluran Berita RTM. Take care and good night.